Hey everyone. So first of all, I want to give you a big thank you because I know in this day and age there's a lot of people asking for your attention online, and I know it's not easy to actually genuinely connect with somebody online. So somehow, some way you got into my page or onto my page or onto my Instagram page or website, and somehow you resonated with what I do, and that means a lot to me, truly. I've been posting stories, reels, lots of different content for a long time. And it took a while for me to actually start connecting with people. And this allows me to actually, hopefully, connect deeper with you. So, again, thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to actually, yeah, look onto my website and into my stuff. So, I thought it would be a good idea to actually show a bit of the back end of what I do because I know I shared a link to my membership page, but it's maybe unclear of what's truly in it and what you're gonna get from it, what you'll receive. So maybe it's a good idea that I show you a bit of what I've been doing, what I've been creating for you, and yeah, a bit of the back end of what you're actually getting. So before we go into that, I've always had a passion for creation, not just in a robotic way, but truly finding the artistic way of creating something in life. I love the ancient arts of the world, the art that spoke to people, not just in the sense of art itself, but the embodiment of it, the healing aspects of it, the joy that it brings to life, the beauty that it brings to life. So my um, coaching practice, my creation practice is a combination of these things. I actually started out a long time ago in product design, um, but I lacked kind of the more spiritual side. Then some years later, I went into the personal training side of life, deeply embedded into health. But then again, I missed there the artistic side of life. And so over the years, I've come to realize that it's not just one linear life path that I've stumbled upon or that chose me. I always say I don't have a vision has me. And over the years, that has come to fruition. So, this combination of health, consciousness, creation, the deeper aspects of life, the deeper layers of life, the unconsciousness, the shadow work, the embodying of your gifts, your visions, accountability, working together on your vision, creating together, not just something that is repetitive, a copy paste, but something that has heart. So, that is why I'm here. That is why I created Anatomy of the Avatar, an educational platform. And the Avatar Alliance, the membership, is truly a coming together of people who are also in these kind of multi-dimensional aspects of life. So I could talk endlessly about this stuff, and I'm sure you will notice this as well once you actually become a member, if you decide to do so, that we discuss about this stuff a lot and we share each other's passions for life. So let's dive into the back end of what I'm actually offering for you guys, so we can actually get along with this journey and you can actually dive deeper into the stuff together. Alrighty, so let's get it going. Alrighty, so beautiful. So this is the main page. Of course, I send you this link, and here you can check out just a short little text about what the membership is about, kind of like the emotion that I wanna, pass on to you. And it's not a lot of text. I don't want to push you, convince you, or into something. I just truly want to connect with you, right? I want you to feel the energy that is behind my work, not just in words, but in visuals, in everything. I've spent a lot of energy on this, but I don't want something to feel like pushy or salesy. I just want it to feel real, right? And I hope that you felt that. So basically, if you become a member, you get your login, and you basically first of all come on the Avatar Academy page. This is basically all the course content, right? This is where you can find all the actual content that's going to elevate your life, not just in the sense of going to the typical external things of manifestation or getting to all your goals in life. No, first of all, I want you to understand your internal world. Learn to navigate the nuance of everyday existence by understanding your internal landscape, right? Navigating your internal landscape for me is one of the most powerful things you can do. So this is the first part of the course. And of course, on top, you can also see the access to the bi-weekly Q&A. So every 2 weeks, we have a Q&A session, but I'll dive into that later. So basically, there's a lot of course content, a lot of stuff that gets updated all the time. So we talk about beliefs, behaviors. We talk about the mechanisms behind the biology behind it. We talk about emotions, about fear, about a lot of stuff, right? This is the stuff that opens up when you begin. And the further you go along the course, the more stuff opens up. And then we dive into other stuff like archetypes, reality creation, and the steps, the consciousness levels that come with that, right? And of course, this content is always being updated and expanded upon. And then, of course, there's also workbooks, playbooks, and I also share how these actually work, right? So I'll dive into these books. Let me see if I can open them here. So basically, there's planners, there's books, there's everything. You click on it, and then it should open up. There we go. Yeah, it's downloading. So it's downloading, but before I'm going to show you the book, let's go a bit further along the page. So let's go back. So this is the course content. This is actually a course about how to learn to navigate your internal world, understanding yourself from the inside out. That's a way more effective way to navigate reality in the sense of like, we want to attract certain things in our lives, but that doesn't work once if you try to go about it from the outside, right? So my goal is first to help you again navigate the internal world. And here are all the recordings of the live Q&A session. So I always share in the Discord channel, the community channel, which I also show later, where we actually, or when we actually host the live sessions. So I record every session. You can always rewatch them. And then here is also a connection of all the masterclasses. So I think there's already like I think maybe 20 masterclasses and such a variety of topics, right? So normally, if you're not into the membership, you have to pay for these masterclasses, right? And the prices really change. We have masterclasses from $25, $100, $50. Sometimes there's 75 people joining, and sometimes 10. It's always different. But I really want to give a lot of topics that like spark interest in my journey. And there's so much topic of in life that interests me, but I cannot be an expert in everything. So that's why I invite experts to share their service, their gifts, right? So we have topics like light, the science of light, circadian biology, wisdom of water, self-mastery, shamanism, behavior, storytelling for social media, unraveling the unconsciousness, human healing through movement, etc., etc., entrepreneurship, right? So there's a lot of stuff in here. And then to show you something else as well. So if you go back, so there's master classes, live Q&As, course content, everything. And then here is all the bonus content. So there's actually a guidebook on spiritual solopreneurship, and that's actually all the lessons I've learned from being an entrepreneur by myself, working online, but more so focused on how to develop a proper offer, how to do sales, how to create a powerful brand, how to use storytelling, logos, websites, branding, all that kind of stuff. And of course, there's also the more financial stuff from starting up a business, etc. That's not in this book, but there's something that you can always ask me questions about in the Discord channel. So there's a lot of stuff in the Avatar Academy. It's always being updated. There's always new course content coming out, and all the workbooks are here as well. And again, here you can actually access the Q&A, which are hosted live. So in the next section, I'm just going to show you a bit about the ebooks. I'm just going to download this one as well. And then I'm also going to show you a bit about the community chat, the Discord channel. And hopefully in this way you can get a broader idea of what's actually in this membership. So there's a lot in it for, I think, a crazy price. All right, so let's go further. Alrighty, so next up, I want to show you the Discord channel. So this is the place where all the communication happens. This is where I show you guys like, hey, there's an update, something in the course content changed. I also uploaded a new video. There's a live Q&A. This is where you can join the masterclass for free. This is where you sign up for this or that, whatever. We talk about a lot of topics. We talk about accountability, showing our work, showing new websites that we've made, how to make our Instagram better, how to create better content, how to do new health practices. We have a lot of stuff. So basically, this is a little intro where I explain kind of like the rules about everything. There's a lot of stuff here. Introduction, this is where people actually introduce themselves, people coming into the community. A lot of different stuff here. I share all the announcements, for instance, the master classes, meetups that we plan if you need any support. Let's see. General chat. This is like the daily conversations we have where people have questions or they want to share their work, etc., etc. Milestones, personal wins. We share a book. We also have challenges. For instance, we did Sober October, but then in a more spiritual way. Let's see, for instance, so we share about healthy foods, practices we learn from each other, what we should shop for. So there's holistic health books as well, and I'm always updating these books, new practices we can do, training style, a lot of different stuff. Like here, I was working on a book. I'm sharing the book, some parts that I've been working on. So you always get first access to everything that I'm doing. So we are, yeah, sharing so many different aspects of life. We talk about, as you can see, many different topics, right? So it's all about creating a warm environment. And of course, this always changes. Sometimes the community is more quiet, sometimes it's more busy. I don't push upon anything. This is really a space where you can follow your own tempo and, yeah, really invest the energy that you want and you get out of it what you put in. And that's the important thing to remember. Alrighty, so next up, I'm just going to give you a quick preview of kind of the guidebooks that are in the course and, yeah, accessible in the membership as well. Alrighty, so next up, I just want to show you a quick preview of the kind of guidebooks and workbooks I give in the membership community. And honestly, these books in itself are above the monthly fee already. They're worth more than anything. I've poured my heart and soul into these books. I haven't released them yet, so if you're in joining this membership, you get again first access to these books. They're always being updated again. I've got so many ideas, such an constantly evolution of a process that I want to fine tune and really make better. The more I communicate with you guys who are in the group, who are also living people, so we're in a co-creative process, right? So the Avatar Almanac is more like a practical guidebook, right? And this is the regular version, but you can also download it in a spread version, so you can see the double pages. That's maybe easier. But for this version, I'm just going to go through a quick preview. So there's an introduction, how you should go through the book, and then basically in the book itself, there's everything from personal assessments, understanding your shadows, understanding your gifts, the four archetypes of evolving through consciousness, avatar alchemy in the sense of like your nutrition, your movement, your environment, everything is in there. A compass, sorry, to navigate your world in real time, right? So I'm just gonna skim through it so you have an idea of just the depth of the work that is in here. Practical guidebooks with practices, assessments, everything is in here. So lots and lots of stuff to really understand who you are, what you're all about, and it's first and foremost is something to, yeah, if you deeply understand yourself, where most people come from, or jump into my materials, they first want to kind of like understand who they are, but eventually once that like gets clear and once they've opened up themselves and made themselves accessible, there is a urge to create something, to share their vision with the world, to bring something of service to life, right? So this is more the practical book, and then the spiritual solopreneur book is more of like, okay, how can I actually do this stuff? So again, this is quite a lot, planners, etc., etc. So this in itself is already 240 pages. And then a quick view of the spiritual solopreneur book, which is almost 100 pages. And this is truly all the lessons I've learned over the years from how to actually engage with people, right? So there's again a lot in here. What it means to be a solopreneur, the pillars, how to translate yourself into some service, right? Your powers, your passions, your potential, the platform that you're using, the product that you're building, your brand, your offer, the content, sales, my stack in the sense of the technological tools that I use. So I even share how I create my social media posts, how to do copywriting, the visuals, all these things can be asked. And this is the stuff we discuss. We don't just talk about personal development, we talk about professional development. Most people who are actually in my membership are all on the process of doing something. There's a trauma informed coach, there's a coach who works with addictions. There's breathwork coaches, there's been yoga Pilates coaches, there's a professional football player who's also a one on one client, there's restaurant owners who don't work with or who only work with whole foods with no seed oils. It's actually in Texas. So there's so much beautiful people and it's slowly and steadily growing into something beautiful. So this is, yeah, everything how to make a beautiful product from yourself or service. All my lessons are in here. So there is not a lack of resources in here. And again, it's always being updated. There's always new stuff coming in, and I honestly am, yeah, looking forward to actually welcoming you to this membership. And again, I only want you to jump in it if you feel ready. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I would be honored to answer them. You might not notice, but every single message, every single private message, every little comment, I do this personally. It's a one-man show. I answer everything personally. I still can now, and once it probably gets bigger, who knows when, I won't be able to do so. But for as long as I can do everything by myself, I do so. So everything that you see, everything, every little interaction is truly with me personally. And again, I love it. This is what I love to do. This has been a big passion project for such a long time, and it's beautiful to see it finally come to life. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna take more of your time. So I hope you actually enjoyed what I showed you, the little preview. But also, this was a good opportunity to actually connect with me and get kind of like feel who I am, who's the man behind Anatomy of the Avatar, who's a guide behind the Avatar Alliance, who's the one bringing all the people together, so you can get a taste of my energy. But again, if you're jumping in, this is only the beginning. We're going to have lots of conversations. We're actually going to get to know each other. And hopefully one day we can actually meet up in real life and host events and, yeah, bring this virtual space into the real world. But I'm sure that's going to happen. And the more people actually jump in, the more we can actually bring this into reality. It's going to happen. But first of all, hopefully, I see you on the other side and see you inside the Avatar Alliance. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you are. And I'm happy to have met you. See you soon.